Hey y'all, this is Brandy from Southern Crafts DIY, and I want to say hey to all my returning viewers and welcome any new viewers. If you follow me on social media, which the links are down below, you'll have seen a list of everything needed for today's project. And I'm super excited to be doing this. We're going to have some fun. Hopefully it comes out looking great. We'll see. So we're going to go ahead and jump in, and I'm going to show you what's needed. Alright, so you're going to need a piece of wood. I got this from Dollar Tree. I don't know the exact size. I think it's $1.50 on the craft aisle. So you need something about this size, maybe about an inch thick or so. I'm not sure. I don't measure it. I just buy what I think what I could like. So you're gonna need that, and then you're gonna need this. This is the boxes that come. They look like they come together, but they're actually sold separate, but there's 3 different sizes and they fit inside each other. So you're gonna need the biggest one and then the next biggest one. So you're gonna need that. You're gonna need, I got about 6 of these. This came in, I got this pack. I think I bought this at Dirt Cheap. I'm not sure, but it's a pack of screws, and I don't know much about it, but it's the Phillips number 4 1/2 inch. That's what it looks like. So it's this right here. Maybe y'all know more about it. I don't know. I just go off basically what size I need. And you're gonna need a drill, a screwdriver, of course. Now I'm going to paint mine Dragon Flash as a color shift by Folk Art. You can paint yours whatever color you want, but I'm gonna be using this. And of course you're gonna need a paintbrush. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in and start the project. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I want to drill a hole into this, into the boxes. I don't know, I'm going to either do 2 or 3 holes per box. So I think I'm going to do 3. Alright, so it's not perfect, but I'm going to do that. You probably couldn't see it. It's fine if you can't see it. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. I'm trying to do it in line. It might not show up in a line, but it's fine. So I'm going to do that. And I'm not the best at doing this, so what I'm going to do after I drilled my holes in each box, just on one side, 3 of them, I'm going to take a pen, pencil, not a pen, and I'm going to try to mark where the holes are. Oops, I broke my pencil. It's fine. So I can drill holes there. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. I'll try to do this one slightly different. Did not work. I had a feeling that would not work because I broke the pencil, but we're still gonna try. Still didn't work. Alright, I'm gonna have to try a different pencil or something else because I broke my pencil. Let me try this pen. You. Give me a second, but I will get it marked. I got it marked on each side. Let me double check this. It'll work. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the holes for it. And I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm just going to drill a little bit. Because I just want to start for this. Because I don't want to make it too deep and then the screw won't work. Alright, so that's done, and now I'm just going to paint it. So we're going to move on to the paint now. Alright, so I'm just going to paint them, and then we will move on to the next. So it's simple. Like I said, I'm using Dragon Flash by Folk Art. It's a color shift. Y'all can use whatever y'all want. I just really like using these color shift ones. I think they come out so cool looking. You can even use multiple colors. You don't have to use one color for the whole thing. I'm just going to use one simple color for the whole thing. It's going to be a simple, easy project to do. It won't take too long. Sorry for shaking the camera. Now I've used these color shift colors a couple times, paints. I don't remember what all I used them on, but I love using these. I know I used one on the mermaid thing I did a year or so ago. I made basket with mermaid tail. And I used the color shift on the mermaid tails. Came out really good looking. And I used it on a few other things. I can't remember what they are. I'm gonna do this on the whole thing, front, back, sides. I always do that, and I'm gonna do it on these too. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint it, and I'm gonna let it dry. I might have to do more than one coat. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. Got stuff on it. All right, so give me a minute. Alright y'all, so I'm almost done painting. I just wanted to show y'all where I was at. I got the smaller box and the back part painted, the board. Now I'm just finishing the bigger box. I got the inside. I'm doing the outside now. Like I said, I always do the whole thing. Sorry, not in camera. There we go. So I always tend to do the whole thing just because I think it looks better. I didn't mean to put that much paint on there. But to each their own. If you don't want to do the whole thing, you don't have to. I tend to. So I'm almost done. I'm only doing one coat on these. I did 2 coat on the other one. So it's probably going to be slightly different colors, which is fine. They don't have to be exact same. Just because I did 2 coats on one. But I think it's coming out good. So as y'all know, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. So y'all can, if y'all do it in the green color, y'all can, you know, maybe add some St. Patrick stuff on it. Just for decoration, or y'all can just leave it just like this and put it out for St. Patrick's Day also. So, but I didn't really do this for St. Patrick's Day. Hold on a second. Make sure. Sorry if I shook the camera. So, ooh, there's stone right here. There we go. That was being stubborn. It didn't want to dry. So, just to let y'all know, the reason why I drill the holes first before I paint is because that way I don't mess up the paint color. In case the holes don't want to drill. In case my drill wants to go crazy on me. So that's why I do that. Y'all can do it however y'all feel is best. So, and I paint it before I put it together, that way any little crack is covered. Because I really don't like it when I forget to paint something and then I put it together and I go to paint it and it doesn't want to completely cover it. That bothers me, y'all. So, and I tend, after I paint, to go around the edges to make sure there's no clumps of paint. I may not always get it all off, but it tends to work for me. And as you saw, I was using a heat gun to dry my paint, but if you don't have one, you can either let it dry or you can use a blow dryer if you have a blow dryer. It puts out hot air. I used that many a time on my projects before I got my heat gun. When my blow dryer went out, I bought a heat gun because my blow dryer actually blew hot air and cool air. So I would use it, the cool air for the glue to help dry the glue faster, and the hot air for the paint and stuff. So just a little tip there. If you have one that does that, there you go. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, garnish. And using these guns or hair dryers, whatever you have, makes this go faster. So that is also a good tip. But painting only takes however long it takes you to paint. Some people it takes longer because they're slower or because they have nothing to dry the paint with. But that's why I like using the heat gun too, because I don't have to wait for the paint to dry to do my project. So just remember that when you're doing this. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the shimmery color of this. This is why I like using these. They're kind of shimmery. So even if it doesn't color shift like it's supposed to, which I know it does in the light, I've seen it happen. Even if it doesn't do that, it's still such a pretty color, y'all. So after I dry this, I'm done with painting. there you go. Give me a second, let me clean my brush out, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright y'all, so it's dry, it's good. Now we're going to move on to the next step, and it's really simple. We're just going to take, and we're going to screw them on there. This is all we're going to do. Oops, if I can pick this stuff up. So, I'm just going to, maybe I'm just going to, I'm not too sure about that. Hold on. I wish I had a smaller screwdriver, but I don't. Actually, give me a second. I might. Hold on. All right. I'm blind as a bat. Okay. So. See what I can do. I'm just trying to get the screw in there some. I normally like going from the other way, but I didn't want it to go through this. It'll go in the wood and stick. I'm gonna make sure this is the right one. Yeah, I think this is the right one. But I'm gonna try to get all three of them in there, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I really wish I could find my little mini screwdrivers, but I'm always losing stuff, so it is what it is. Oh, dang it. Sorry, y'all. My fingers do what they want when they want. I told y'all I did this so I wouldn't tear it up, and I'm still trying to tear up the paint. If only I could find my eyeglass screwdriver. And I just need to screw it in there. Without tearing the screws up. I'm sorry, I gotta find it. Hold on. Alright, y'all, I changed the screw to the 31 Phillips number 6 3/4 an inch because I think the other ones were just too small for this project. This seems to be working better. I'm still having problems because, you know, the screwdriver's hitting this, but this seems to be working better. I'm hoping I'm not tearing up the screw, but yeah, it's going, it's slow going, but it seems to be working better. Yes. I wish I had a smaller screwdriver. I'm not even gonna lie. But just slow and steady. I'm dropping stuff. That's all I can tell you. Slow and steady. I need a smaller, shorter screwdriver or someone who's stronger. More stamina. Come on. I think I'm tearing the screw up. We're gonna get this to work. If I have to add another screw somewhere. Alright. Give me a second. Alright, so that is in there. It's not, I'm probably going to add another screw up top just to make sure. But it is in there. I'm tired now. That was hard. And I'm going to do the same for the top one. If I can get the screw in there, that is. No, this is crazy. My hand's shaking and I can't get the screw. There we go. Alright, I will show you it when I finish. Now I changed it. I did like I did up here. I did two just so that they would be outside the hole, which I should have done in the first place. I have my dumb blind moments, so forgive me. And I will probably go back and say something, I don't know, so that y'all don't do the same thing I did, or y'all can, I don't know, it's up to y'all. But this makes it so much easier and faster. Look at that. And like I said, I used the bigger screws, and I only did 2 on here. And look at that. I'm probably going to fix this because look how it is, and I don't like that. So I will see about that, and then I will show y'all when I finish it if I do, because I still have some more steps. Yeah, so I fixed it. Basically, I took the 3 out that was in it already, and then I just tightened these, and it worked. So what I want to tell y'all is, if y'all don't like the holes, which I am going to do, see how there's holes in them? I am going to spackle the holes, and then when that dries, I can go over it with the same color paint I used for this. But we are going to move on. I'm just going to spackle it, and then when it dries, I'll do that on my own. But we're going to go on, and I'm going to show you after I do this the last step. So, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, but I spackled the hole. So, like I said, I'll go over it with the paint when it dries. Seeing how I screwed up. But let me finish spackling it, and then I'll show y'all the next step. It's super easy. Alright, so I've never actually done this before, but as you can see, you could just sit it like that, or you can attempt to drill a slight hole in the back. Alright, like I said, you can attempt to do a slight hole in the back so that you can hang it on a hook or a nail. And you can even paint it or leave it like that. And so those are the 2 ways to do it. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and repaint in here after the spackle dries so that you won't notice the holes. Anywhere where you see spackle, if I can't get it off, I'm going to just repaint it. So I love how this came out. I'm so happy with it. You got little things you could put. It might not be straight, but you know what? I really don't care. I love it. It came out awesome. If you like it, please, please, please like, share, subscribe, or comment down below, because it does help my channel grow. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!